Today is the 20th of March 2021 and we're in the Destiny Global studio. Last week we spoke about Jamaica and its evolution coming out of independence. We'd like to continue from there and also discuss and touch on the topic of Prince Harry and Meghan. So we would like to start with where we left off. We left off where William Penn was the Lieutenant Governor of Jamaica in the 1600s. He ruled until there was the rebellion in Morant Bay, and the rebellion produced the Maroons, who as we described, they took control of their own territory. There was a peace treaty that was signed. However, after that, there was a lot of slaves from the Morant Bay who were beheaded and hanged in the public. Sam Sharp Square in Montego Bay is well known for this. And the heroes such as Paul Bogle, William Gordon, Nanny, all these people were hanged in public. One looks at it and thinks Jamaica has really come out of a lot of oppression and depression. But if we should even look back further when they started, because it wasn't just William Penn and the so-called Buccaneers who pirated Jamaica and the rest of the Caribbean. There was one, John Bradshaw. He was the first one to deal in the slave trade from England to Africa to America. And what he did, Queen Elizabeth I, he got a ship from Queen Elizabeth I called Jesus Ludbeck. Ludbeck is a name originated out of a town in Germany. So he rented this ship from Queen Elizabeth I to take slaves, to trade in gold, to trade in salt, to trade in cocoa, to trade in sugar from the Caribbean and the rest of Africa. Now this vessel was 700 tons. Can one imagine how much cargo this type of ship could carry? And Queen Elizabeth I, she was in partnership with John Bradshaw with this type of wicked, nefarious act. So it has been going on for hundreds and hundreds of years. The Queen Elizabeth, the monarchy, we look at it even now and we're saying, how was this built? You have people living lavish, royal lifestyle, and yet the people that they have done so much wrong to, they have never restored anything to them. No wonder there's so much things going on in England, in America, where people are at their wits' end about all of this. We know that we must look at things and try to forget. But how can we forget when these things are in our face? They're in our face every day. One is glad that they pull down these statues of these slave masters. But they should even go further now. Not only pull down the statues, but look at where the royal monarchy wealth has come from. And we must look at it and say, there is some way that they have to pay back these countries for what they've done. Maybe not in monetary terms. They can do it through education. They can, as we said, they can do it through building up hospitals, schools, etc. But there must be some sort of pacification in this for us to move on. Everyone would like to move on. But how can you move on when the history of that is staring you right in the face? After the abolition of slavery in 1807, when slavery becomes totally abolished, Queen Elizabeth still had a weak economy in England. And would you believe they sent their British patrol to continue the slave trade after slavery was abolished? That is almost diabolical. It's unbelievable. But that is how this country has made its riches, its inequality, and it will not give back to the people what they're supposed to. Now let's come into the 20th century and try to look at it and say, what do we do now? How do we move forward? Look what the situation, what has been happening in the media with Harry and Meghan. One leave it to one's own imagination and own opinion to draw what they would like or deduce from it. But it's clear Harry would not have come on live TV with Oprah Winfrey and speak about his own family like this. His mother suffered at the hands of the royal family. We're not looking to blame the royal family. We're saying that whatever's happened, be transparent, be open, and come clean, and let's see what is in the Panda box. Because people want to know now, if Harry and Meghan is going through so much, then what is behind the scenes? Let's look at this country from where it's come from and where the people are. Even in today's time, they still do not give equality. There is still a diversity, and there is still black people or people of color are marginalized. How can we progress and move forward in a society like this? We need people who are willing to stick their necks out, who are willing to come to the forefront and says, enough is enough. When you look at the situation with Meghan and Harry, it is just the tip of the iceberg. Imagine the people of color has been withstanding this for 50, 60, 70 years, even though their generations have been through slavery. I know I'm going on about slavery, but if one looks at their ancestors, they must be very sophisticated people, sophisticated ancestor, to withstand so much and still be singing the songs that they sang. And I would like to just move to, even in today's music, you can see where the people of color has dominated the music scene. One doesn't have to name them. We know that the majority of superstars are people of color. So we should be recognized, and we should be not only in the music and the sports industry, because that is not only where our talent lies. Our talent lies in every aspect of society, but we've not been given a clear playing field to expand on. And that is why this country and country like this will never be able to move forward with the diverse people that they have in it. I would like to read to you an article from the Express Star today pertaining to the Meghan and Harry rift. If one picture could speak 1,000 words on the royal rift, then this is it. Whether Prince William and Kate were aware of the pregnancy shouting out from the mural behind them is unknown. But the juxtaposition cannot be ignored. Yesterday, on a visit to an ambulance station, the couple stood in front of a damaged heart with a crown on top in the midst of their row with Harry and Meghan. The mural with the words "Healing Hurt" beneath the heart was painted by a group of street artists called Art Under the Wood in 2019 to decorate a well-being garden for staff. No mention was made of it by William and Kate, who were on a moral boosting mission for the NHS workers in Newham in East London. But these pictures of the visit will be seen in the context of the rift with William's brother and his wife, and the hurt over Harry and Meghan's claims in their Oprah Winfrey interview that they suffered from racism inside the royal family and were given no support when Meghan felt suicidal. You can draw your conclusion from just one article of the British press. But this news has been going around like wildfire, i.e., we have on Good Morning Breakfast Piers Morgan, who is one of the main one on the show, is sticking his neck out and trying to bully other journalists and sticking up for the royal family in saying that the royal family is not racist, when he himself has never been confronted with racism at all. He has never suffered from that because he comes from a privileged background. And one looks at what we're glad that he's no longer on the Good Morning show, because that shows clearly that there's racism still, even in the media. And we have to remove these people from the media. And we have to get more people of color everywhere, not only in the media, in Parliament, everywhere. We're looking at even some of the Home Secretary requests that she's requesting, new laws to stop refugees and people coming in this country. It's one question we would like to ask Priti Patel. She sent home a lot of people to the Caribbean. How many Indians has she sent home? We would like her to come and give us the data, give us the figures, because we no longer can handle this inequality that is happening in this country. We want not only justice, but we want a fair, plain, level field to move from. This is Destiny Global TV. Please subscribe and leave your comment below.